Hey y'all, what is going on? This is Jesse Both from the 19th hole. I've got the rookie refresh for the upcoming Easter 9-hole Cup Tournament. These are videos used in previous walkthroughs and tournaments, so hopefully they serve to help you prepare for the upcoming mini tournament starting on Thursday.
Changed. So hole number one, you have a couple options. You go left, which is more conservative, or you can go right, which would probably require a power 3 ball and an extra mile, possibly a little bit of overpower as well. I don't plan on using any high power 3 or expensive balls in this tournament, but I just wanted to kind of show you all here. No, actually, yeah. So as you can see, power 3 ball would make it quite easily, and that would set you up for a shot with your thorn or your backbone. We're going to go ahead and just play Quasar here. And we're going to play it pretty much straight up here. So 4.5 wind is going to give us 2 rings of adjustment here. Adjust our shot 2 rings, and then we'll take our shot. This shot's going to put us up the fairway and put us in position with our Viper. And we'll be using our Viper for the second shot. So if we're playing to the left, we're playing with our Viper. Play a 5% elevation change, slightly downhill, as you can see right there. And we're not going to play our shot from over here. We're going to play our shot from, well, let's see. We will play our shot from over here. Right here off the edge here. We're going to go with 1.5 top and 2 right spin. And we'll go with 2.2, just a little bit under max. And this should be okay. This was a tough hole to hold the green. And a little bit too much power there. So we went, I would probably take that shot with not as much topspin for sure. Maybe subtract, go with 0 topspin for that shot right there. Before we do move on to the second hole, I do want to say one quick thing about that second shot. I went with a little bit of topspin. If you're going to play the shot located, where I played it, to the left side of that bunker, in that case I wouldn't play any topspin. But if you are going to play a skip shot where you go over the bunker, I would definitely, continue to go with that 1.5 bars of topspin. That way you do have the needed power to roll that ball up through the green towards the hole. But if you play the shot like I played it, 0 topspin will probably be required. So just wanted to make that clear. There is, there would be a situation where that topspin would be needed, and that's if you go over that bunker with the skip shot. Alright, y'all, so we're going to play hole number 1 here, and par 4. We're going to play this one. We do have an extra mile 6, and we are going to play it to the right side, and try to show you all the way to play it to the right side. And, this is a shot that can be made over power with extra mile 5 as well. But, I would definitely recommend going up on Powerball, at least level 2, even level 3 Titan if you have it. You're going to see my opponent here playing with level 5 extra mile. And, plenty of room if he goes full overpower. So even half overpower would probably be okay on this shot with the Titan ball. So let's see how he goes. I would aim his shot a little bit farther left on the aim if I was him. Alright, he's adjusting a little bit. And great left is okay. Great right is bad on this shot. Perfect shot is perfect. So he should be in pretty good position right here. Because as you see, he lands with plenty of room to spare. And he's going to put himself in a good position for his second shot now. Alright, so let's see what we got here for our shot. 10%, 2.9. And we're going to play, landing somewhere right about in here, where we want to land. So full top spin and 3 left spin is what we're going to go. So we go a little bit over power is what we need for this shot. Not too much, but a little bit. Hit great to the right. We did put a little bit of curl in the shot, so you know that's probably going to save us here. But that's going to put us up the fairway pretty decently. I got a little bit of left curl in the shot just because in case you do hit great right, that kind of, you know, offset that mistake. So for our second shot here, it is a tad uphill, as you can see, you know, a tad bit uphill. So we're going to play a 5%, a minus 5% on the shot. And it looks like we're going to be hitting it with our thorn here. So we'll go 3 bars of backspin, and we're going to aim the shot right there towards the right-hand edge of the hole. So 3.6 max level thorn is going to be 1.8 rings of adjustment here. So let's see how this one comes in. Hit perfect. The bounce, the roll, and pretty close right there. So aimed it at the cup, had a better chance, but looks like we still would have missed even with it at the cup. I do like the 3 backspin though with a thorn for that shot, and you know, I would probably use the same amount for, you know, a backbone or a Goliath as well. So, all right, y'all, that's hole number 1 going to the right side, and we'll have hole number 2 next.
Alright, our next hole here is hole number 2. This is a par 3. You can play this one with our sniper or a Viper. In this instance, you're going to see me play it with the Viper. I definitely would strongly recommend the Katana ball for its side spin 3. You definitely want all that side spin on this shot. So what we're going to do here is we are going to be playing plus 10% here. Max adjustment, max right spin, and we go with about a half a bar of backspin here. We're going to play our landing zone right there at the tip edge of that shadow, that tree shadow. That's where we're kind of landing. And our blue ring is right there close to the edge of the rough line, as you can see. So we make our adjustment right here, which is not very much with 2.3 miles per hour wind. And as you see, we go with just about the right edge of our ball to the right edge of that white semicircle. And the only thing differently I would do here is I would have played that shot with no backspin at all. I played 0.5 backspin. If I would have not used that backspin, the ball would have gone a little bit farther up that hill and then rolled much closer to being in the hole for an ace right there. So everything was good right there except the half a bar of backspin. Take that away. But I liked that curl amount. We would have been really close on the ace right there. So for my second example here, I'm playing with a sniper here. I'm also going with the quasar ball again. We use the top of that shadow kind of as our reference point with our red ring on the edge of the rough line. We're going to go with 5 right spin again, but this time we go with no top spin or back spin overall with this shot. We set up our shot here. I would move that yellow ring a little bit farther up, more to the top part of that shadow. But what you're going to actually see here is I'm actually going to save myself with a great left. You know, I really would have liked my shot to have been aimed a little bit farther up to the edge of that top part of the shadow. And that great left actually helped me out. As you can see, we roll down the hill and into the hole for the ace. So yeah, just make sure the top part of that that shadow is your reference point, and don't be too far deep into that.
All right, we got hole number 3 here, par 5. You can play this one off the tee box with extra mile or big topper. You just really want to use whichever club you feel is going to get you the farthest down the fairway. I would definitely recommend going with the power 3 ball at least to tighten. You know, this may be a hole where if you do have power 4 balls, you know, it could be possibly used, you know, for this shot. Although I don't know that I would 100% recommend it, you know, just because it's a usage of that ball. So for this shot right here, we're going to play full overpower. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim off to the right side here, and I'm actually going to play kind of like a mini hook. For whatever reason, to me, it feels easier, to overpower and miss a shot, left, and rather than hit a full overpower perfect shot. I don't know. I guess it's easier just to mess up on purpose than to be perfect. But it's a great way to get your ball pretty far down the fairway. So definitely a little bit of a tip there if you want to use that. We're going to be using the big topper. Not the big topper, the big dog for our second shot. And for the second shot, you're going to play still a little bit downhill. So we'll play a plus 5% for our big dog. And we'll see what kind of position we're in. I'm pretty sure we're still going to have to play our shot to the right, but since we're playing that shot to the left side of the fairway, that may open up a chance for us to play it to the left side as well. So we'll have to wait and see. My opponent elects to play to the left side, which is definitely not a bad play, but it's really going to be tough to get in position for an eagle chance playing that way. But definitely a pretty safe way to play for a birdie over there. So let's see what we got here, 4.2. Alright, so actually here, we're actually going to play this shot over here to the left. I'm going to play full right spin and 3 back spin. We're going 2 rings automatically, so we're going to get up about there. So we need to go overpower on this shot. And let's see what that one does. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Alright. So, if you don't have, if you don't have the confidence to try to make a shot like that, I would definitely either choose to play it left of that bunker or to the right side of that bunker. If you're on the right side of that fairway off the drive, you definitely want to play to the right side of that bunker, and really you just want to either move it up the right hand side of that bunker and try to get it on the fringe or on the green. If you're on the left hand side of the fairway, you may want to jump over the far left hand edge of that bunker and just try to get it right up there along the edge of that green for a chip, or possibly get it on the green and it will roll back down to the hole for an eagle putt. But those are definitely your options on this hole. It's definitely a very tough eagle hole in the rookie, especially if you have lower level rookie clubs. So definitely make sure to put yourself in position to get that birdie at the very least. All right, y'all. Catch you on hole number 4, next hole.
That shadow when you are lining your shot up. Hole number 2 here, par 4. I'm going to show you how to play this one to the right side and to the left side. The first way we're going to be playing this one is to the right side with the quarterback option. And we'll be playing plus 10% for the elevation here. And with the quarterback, I would recommend going with a katana ball. You could also go with the Kingmaker if you want to here, but we want that full right spin, so we need that side spin 3 stat. Full top spin, full right spin. And what I did was I pushed my shot to where the red ring was on the rough, around the edge of the rough line in OP, and then I let it drop back. I made my adjustment, I pushed up my shot, and then we're going to go with about a ball and a quarter of curl here on this shot. And you could probably get away with only going with about a ball of curl. I think would be completely okay. You saw we were definitely far enough away from that bunker, but we did land a little bit closer to the edge of that fairway and rough than we would have liked to. So maybe you can move your setup point a little bit farther off the rough line than I had mine set up. So for the second shot here, playing plus 10% with the Viper. Also could use a sniper here. Going to be playing this shot right about mid club. It's always important to find your min, your max, and then figure out where you want to play your shot. For here, we're playing mid club. We're using our back spin and left spin here to avoid having to adjust down into that bunker or into the rough line. That left spin allows us to be able to not adjust as far left as we would if we didn't use that left spin. We hit this one perfect, and we were about 1 bar of backspin too much here. As you can see, we had a really good line to the hole, but we were just a tad heavy on the backspin that we used. But definitely a good setup, and just to make an adjustment to that backspin number, and you'll have a really good chance to drop that shot from that location. So the second way that we're going to play this hole is to the left side with the extra mile, and then I'm going to show you the second shot with a Viper and a Sniper, just so you all can see what they look like with each of those two clubs. Max top and right hand spin right here. We're going to make our adjustment for our wind plus 10% elevation, and then we're not going to worry about overpowering the shot at all. We're just going to take a regular power shot with our extra mile 5. We're not even going to push up our shot at all. And this right here, playing it this way, guarantees to leave us in wood range for our second shot. If you would like to try to go farther up the fairway with some right curl and overpower, you can get up into long iron distance for the second shot as well. But I like to be able to play this one consistently with my wood club. So as you can see, with our wood, we're going to be almost right at min distance with our wood club. First of all, we have our Sniper here. So we're playing this one with the Quasar ball. And what we're going to do here is we're just trying to find that ball guide, which is right about between 0.5 and 1 bar of backspin. As you can see, we're going to find that nice landing zone here on the rough with that ball guide trailing just front of the hole. I'm going to let that tailwind hopefully finish the job and push that one into the hole for us. We made our adjustment. We hit great, but you're going to see this ball comes in very nicely off the bounce, exactly where we aimed it, and without that great right, we would have been very close to sinking that shot for the eagle. So for the second,
All right, so we got hole number 5 here, par 3. 10% plus 10% adjustment for the elevation change on this hole. Quasar ball, and I would recommend quarterback, but you could also play this hole with the extra mile if you wanted to. I'm going to play about 3 bars of backspin and max left spin. I would not play this shot from the left side with a right to left tailwind. You know, if we had a left to right tailwind, it definitely would be a possibility. Playing it off the middle island is definitely a possibility as well in the rookie. Probably your best chance at an ace, but definitely a very difficult shot, and one that, if you're not accurate with the shot, can definitely turn out badly. My opponent's shot right there ended up not being too bad, but you do really like that left to right wind to play that shot. So I'm going to play the shot from the right side here with the Quasar ball. Like I said, we're going to go with max left spin, 3 backspin, and we're playing this shot at min, as you can see here. So we're only going to play about 2.7 rings here. We're going to use a good amount of curl, 2.7, and we're going to use we're going to use a full ball of curl here. We hit this one perfect, and let's see how this one comes in. Pretty good here, and it's a very tough hole to get the ace on. Almost impossible to get the ace on. I have seen a few people do it though, but that's definitely a good shot right there. So we'll take that. To get the ace, you got to come in a little bit more in a line towards the hole, and use the slope more behind the hole to hopefully get that ball to roll back down to the hole. The farther right you land that shot on the green, the less chance you have to get the ace, but you definitely will, have an easy birdie. So, all right, good luck to you all. We'll see you on hole number 6.
Hole number 6 here, I'm going to show you how to play this one two ways. We're going to play a quarterback power curl shot, and then we're going to play a shot straight to the left as well. Plus 10% on the drive. The first way I'm going to show you is throwing the power curl. So we'll go with our quarterback here. I'm going to use a katana ball as well. And we're going to visualize our shot off the top right edge of the shot circle. We'll go 2 top, 3 left spin because we want this ball to bounce back left on the landing, away from that bunker, and we don't want to go towards the right fairway. So I went 20 rings on that adjustment, full curl and slice, and you're going to see this one come in very nicely, hits right there in the middle of the fairway, and it bounces just to the perfect location where we have a shot right between that gap towards the pin. I do make a mistake here. First of all, I bring my big dog, and then secondly, I don't bring my Goliath. So I would definitely recommend the Goliath here. And then if you want to go for, the wood, the Guardian would be a good club to have here with its backspin, or even a sniper with, if you have a sniper with some backspin. If you don't have either of those, then definitely would recommend the Goliath, or even maybe the Horizon with its top spin would be a possibility here. So we're just going to bump this one and get it up as far as close to the green as we can, so we don't have the proper clubs here. We play that one at plus 10% though. If you're going to play the rough bump, plus 10%. But it leaves us a very nice, simple gimme chip for the eagle. So getting the eagle here is definitely the most important thing on this hole, and getting it very easily is definitely a plus. And having a chance at the albatross is definitely a bonus. Playing the same hole again this time, we're going to be playing to the left side. If you have a little bit lower level clubs, this would be the way to play it. And I'm going to also play this one with the quarterback and the big dog. So looking at this one right here, I just don't see, I don't like the look with the 5. So we're going to play it to the right. I went 2 top spin, 4 right spin. I would play this shot closer to 1 to 0 bars of top spin. And I'm just playing the wind. I didn't make any kind of adjustment for the wind. I just played the wind into the shot. As you see, we roll quite nicely, but comes a little bit too close to the edge of the rough for my taste. So I would definitely subtract at least 1 bar of backspin from that shot, if not 2, and just play that with the right spin. As you see for our second shot here with the big dog, we have plenty of room, especially with the right to left tailwind. We're going to go with 3.5 top spin, max right spin, and we're just going to play the wind into our shot. So I push forward into OP to see my landing zone. We go with max right curl and a little bit of overpower on the shot. And this is definitely a great proof shot right here. So we went 3.5 top spin. 4 top spin would have had us probably on the green or right there on the edge of the fringe, and we're happy with that result. This is not a hole to play for the albatross if you're playing it to the left side like I just played it. It is completely 100% going for the eagle, and we definitely achieved that, and happy with the outcome. And look at the dart getting a little action here. Give a little bit of dart.
All right, we got hole 7 here, par 4. I'm going to play this one with a big topper. And, you can play it with the extra mile. But if you got a big topper, you can use the big topper as well. It may give you a little bit extra distance up the fairway. And, you don't have to really worry about overpowering the shot or anything. We're going to play with the quasar ball. So really all we're trying to do is get this shot up near the shadow, Full top spin. We're going to go 1 left spin here. And, just trying to hit this shot up here. Go a little tiny bit overpower. Just to a point where you feel comfortable still being able to hit that perfect shot. And you're going to see this ball hit. It's just going to take off. And put this up there well into those shadows. So we'll have our second shot here. Either long iron or a wood. If you do want to play the shot with wood, We'll want to make sure that you don't hit your far too far. I would say that you would hit your drive just at the beginning of those shadows if you do want to use your wood and play to the left side of the fairway. So you don't want to play to the right side of the fairway. You want to play to the left side of that fairway on the drive, because that will leave you a much more wide open, straight shot to the hole. And you won't have to deal with this right side rough like my opponent's doing with right now. See, the farther left you are, the more straight onto that hole you will be. The more right you are, the more you have to deal with this right side in the rough. Not a bad shot right there for my opponent. So let's see what we have here. I'm going to guess we have a backbone shot here. And we are going to play a 10% uphill for the shot. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm middle of the fairway, but I still have kind of, to deal with. Alright, so we're going to end up playing. This is kind of tough. Kind of in between clubs here. We're just going to go ahead and play our min here. Viper at min. That's all I can do. I'm going to use a little bit of curl here, not a whole lot. Hit it great right. Hopefully that doesn't burn us. Nope. But, we were kind of in between clubs right there, so definitely something to keep in mind when you are making your drive on this fairway. I would definitely, decide whether or not you want to play the long iron or the wood. If you want to go with the wood club for your second shot, then you don't want to play your drive as far up the fairway, but you do want to stay left. If you want to play with the long iron, then you definitely want to get as far up the fairway as you can, past even where I was. So keep that in mind when you're deciding how you want to play this hole, and we'll catch you on the next hole.
For the dart. Alright, hole number 7. Our last and final par 3. I'm going to show you this shot with the Viper and with the Sniper. And I'm going to be playing it the same way both times, to the right side. So this could be definitely a tricky hole if you're not 100% sure how to play it. I feel like this is going to be the easiest way with this wind, is to play it here in this little area right here. So I got the Quasar. Go with just about 3 left spin. And I did not play any top spin or back spin on this initial setup. Just want to aim this one as best as I can towards the pin. Plus 10%. Make our adjustment right here. And just hit it perfect. No curl added. Just hit it perfect. Comes in nicely right there. And a little bit to the right side of the cup, about 1 grid right. So this time we're playing it with the Viper. I would add about 0.5 to 1 bar topspin if you play that shot with the Sniper. So with the Viper here, we're playing it with the Quasar again. We're going to go with a little bit more left spin this time to see if we can get that ball a little bit farther to the left and not so much to the right side of the pin. Same type of setup here as before. Make our adjustment plus 10%. Max plus 10%. We hit it perfect. And this one's going to come in as well. And it looks like it's coming in with a little bit more speed than before. And a little bit short and a little bit to the right. So two decent attempts. I think it's definitely a shot that can be dialed in a little bit more. This one right here is a Berserker and a big topper hole. I'm going to show you playing it with this account first, and then I'm going to show you playing it with a Big Topper 1. So keep in mind the differences between the Big Topper 1 to Big Topper 4. A Big Topper 1 is 205 yards, a Big Topper 4 is 217 yards. So playing this shot with the Titan and a Big Topper 4 is possible. Very possible, but it's going to probably require a little bit of overpower And, you know, the reason why I'm not a big fan of the Titan on this hole with this club is because you're trying to guess the amount of overpower you need. If you guess incorrectly and you do too much, then you end up in that rough. So with the Berserker here, we can just play this shot and not have to worry about the overpower. We make our adjustment, we push back up, and we just hit this one regularly. You know, we can put maybe a little tiny bit of overpower on this, but other than that, you just hit it regular, worry about hitting perfect with full topspin. Then this one's going to go way up the fairway, as you can see. No issues, and then it's going to give you a much easier second shot with the Berserker. We play plus 10% on the drive. We'll play 0% with the second shot here. So with the Berserker, we got all this extra distance. As you can see, more than enough distance with our big dog. We actually could probably go at this hole a little bit. So, you know, keep that in mind. The Berserker definitely gives you the option. If you play it to the right-hand side here, you can not have to worry about the rough and just try to run this one up to the hole. But the best way to go for the albatross is to run it through the rough and roll it out of the rough. So you want some topspin here, at least 4 topspin. And then you want that second bounce to be in the rough to roll out of the rough. So you want to make sure that you do use enough topspin and then just adjust your shot, because if you don't use enough topspin, you will end up and stick in that rough. We hit great left here. It's going to be okay. We're still going to roll out of the rough quite nicely. We're just not going to have quite the same chance to roll it onto the green and maybe get the drop. So that was playing it with the Big Topper 4 and the big dog. And then we just chip this one in. Very makeable chip right here. This green can sometimes be a little bit glitchy, so definitely be careful about that when you are trying to line up your chip, especially if you try to go with like a full topspin type chip on this particular shot. Thank you all for joining me for this rookie refresh for the upcoming Easter Cup Tournament featuring the Southern Pines. Hopefully you will find this information helpful in helping you prepare for the upcoming 9-hole Cup Mini Tournament starting on Thursday and ending on Saturday. Good luck and God bless.